Hi guys, welcome to the Byrd is Word podcast. I am your host, Boden Byrd, and here with me is a good friend of mine, Jeremy Johnston.
Yep. Everything he said is true.
He is here. Yes, we've had a great time. We've talked about movies, we've talked about stand-up, and we have talked about certain people in the scene.
I am not being held here against my will.
That is
Happy to be here, Boden.
This is all going to be very useful for me in my court case next year. When they find the body. Anyways, we're going to have a fun time, so sit in, watch. But before that, if you feel like being generous, like, share, subscribe, comment, all that beautiful things. And let's get into it. Your camera's right here if you ever feel like anchoring yourself.
Looking at me.
Yeah, you can look at me. I'm just saying if you want to anchor yourself to anything at some point, or you want to...
This feels like an interrogation or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. It's probably like the starch background and the weird lighting.
Yeah, I think it's because you got me in front of those back.
The camera and the mic, yeah. I get it, but I'm trying to start the podcast off with our weekly confessional, which is where me and my guests both tell a story that's either embarrassing, regrettable, or just something we normally would not want to talk about anywhere on the internet, but we're going to choose to today. And I picked mine finally for this week, and I think I'm doing it just to take power away from you because you tell the story to about everybody in the world that'll give you the chance to. But last time we did a podcast,
That's not fair.
That is fair. It is fair. You told it on the Kokomo Press podcast, and then you have brought it up in every social situation we've been in.
But that's not a regrettable story for you. That's a regrettable story for me.
It's regrettable for you, but it's embarrassing for me. I've felt the pain of it. But anyways, the point is we tried to do a podcast with a friend of mine probably half a year or more ago. And he had to come out to my old place, which happened to be a shed out in the woods. We didn't have any running water at the time, and all of our electricity was on extension cords, so very fun time. But we did the podcast, had fun, and then the next day he decides to let me know that he has pink eye, and then goes and tells basically everyone in the comedy scene that I gave him pink eye. I'm just saying you told everybody I gave you pink eye, and to be fair, maybe I did. But
I know one of your cats jumped across my face, and I think maybe something got... I don't
know. I'm just saying. Yeah, that's maybe... Anytime we get like 6 people together, and it's you and me talking to them, and you're like, hey, this guy gave me pink eye. True. Yeah, you're like, this guy had a podcast that he's never released, and it gave me pink eye. And, I don't know, I decided that was going to be my story this week. So that you can use it against me, but also because I'm lazy and I don't want to think of anything that would actually incriminate me.
Bring me on your podcast, and then you're like, I'm lazy. I'm not going to do the thing that I made you come over here to do. What the fuck?
I also didn't tell you to prepare for this at all, so I'm pretty shitty at that also. But I did have everything set up before you got here, so that's a point in my court. But yeah, my embarrassing story is that I gave Jeremy Johnston pink eye on the first attempted...
So you admit it now.
I guess.
And then the episode never even came out to add insult to injury.
Exactly, yeah. And who knows if it ever will. I mean, I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, you really did get pink eye, though.
Yeah, I don't really know what I would have to say that's embarrassing. But...
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean... Unless I embarrassed myself, I don't know.
The man who's never had a regret.
I just mean I don't go anywhere.
Okay,
I don't do anything.
Well, it's a confessional, so it doesn't have to be embarrassing, but it could be regretful. Like, what's something terrible you've done to somebody that you wish you could take?
What do you think I am? I do nice stuff. I do kind of regret being nice to certain people.
Don't shit me. You've been doing comedy for, 10 years? There's got to be something in there that you just, that...
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
there's nothing that you go to bed and you think about that happened like 15 years ago that you're like, God damn it, why the fuck can't that just like leave my brain?
Okay, well, there was a guy that I used to like to get if I was getting like buzzed up, I don't know. I used to like to go on Facebook and troll people because I thought it was funny, but people didn't find it funny. They got a lot of people got their feelings hurt. And there was one, and I was like, jokes, everybody, but when you're new, you shouldn't be trolling everyone online. They're like, what the hell? Who is this guy? And there was a comic that was rumored that oh God. They're headlining Chelsea show. I shouldn't say that now that I know who it is. But there was a rumor that he faked or he lied about having cancer because he was supposed to be dead like 10 years ago and he didn't die. Which, you can survive cancer too. It's possible. But
it's a thing that it's... Yeah.
This rumor went around like the scene sort of that he faked and lied about his cancer, which I don't know if that's true because that's a horrible thing to do. I would hope no one does that. And so when I was in my drunk trolling my bedroom at my mom's he posted a picture of him where he was like shirtless and he was scrawny looking, and I was like, damn, this pic almost makes the cancer seem real. And then the next day the club manager was like, that was really funny, but I wouldn't even have posted that, and I pick on everybody. I'm like, oh shit, did I cross the... That got too far.
Okay, well,
but yeah, just also like they're my friends now, but sometimes people would be like, "Does Jeremy hate me?" And I'm like, "No, I'm just trolling."
No, people still do that.
But I don't troll as much anymore. Now Max is the troll. I feel like on social media. I keep it to myself.
I think you fuck with me for sure in like real life, but not online at all.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like if I have an issue with something, I'll usually contact the person. Mm-hmm. And not just make a public post.
Yeah.
But, to each their own.
I could not imagine ever, like, trying to, like, joke or, like, troll someone I know in real life. But then I'll forget that I'm on my comedy page. And then I'll get in heated arguments with individuals on Facebook. And then forget that. And then, like, my page gets swarmed with bullshit. And I'm like, God damn it, I just fucked up everything.
Well, when I was...
With random strangers.
When I was new, I was very monotone. My delivery was very, like...
A bit deadpan?
Yeah. And
I think you're still...
A straight just joke. I'm a little more animated now.
I think you're, like, smirk pan, which is, like, deadpan, but you got, like, a little smirk about it.
But I remember one of the waitresses at my home club when I started was like, I can never tell if you're kidding or being serious. And I was like, well, that's, like, my whole thing. Yeah.
But it's a great skill. I wish I had.
Well, now I feel like people know I'm kidding because I'm mostly always kidding. But when I was new, people were like, "Is this guy for real?" I don't know.
Yeah. But you've been doing comedy for how long now? Exactly 10 years, right about?
Yeah, it's like 10 years. I think I did my first open mic 12 years ago, but I didn't really keep up with it. Are we even really doing it? I haven't left my home.
I know I'm doing it.
I'm doing it in the city, but am I really doing it?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I've only been at it a year and a half, so your perspective on it's a little more realistic than mine is.
No, I've never really gone on the road or I've done maybe like one festival. I need to like start submitting to stuff and like doing actual.
How long have you been doing it in Indianapolis specifically?
Was it like 2 years now?
2 years? Is that when you moved out here?
Yeah.
Okay. What would you...
I've done shows out here before that, but yeah.
Yeah, but you primarily did most of your stand-up work in Cincinnati, unless... Was there somewhere else you lived?
No, it's born and raised in Cincinnati.
Okay. Well, so you have a lot of your foundations are there. What would you say are like the biggest pros and cons of the Indianapolis scene as compared to Cincinnati? Like, I know you have some takes on it. And I want to get it on video here.
Why do you want to get it on video?
I don't know. Because I think you have some valuable input on the matter. But
I don't know. I really like Cincinnati. I think it's a better scene
Mm-hmm.
overall, and that's because of my class. I guess they're my class of people.
Yeah.
Because when we started, the club was very gatekeepy. It was like these 6 people host, and that's all that gets work.
Mm-hmm.
And like they would just keep like dangling the carrot, and they'd be like, "You gotta kill again," and you were never getting a spot until Cam moved there, and then he was like, "All right, you can open. You can." He's like, "Why are they not letting you guys open? You're all funny."
We're talking Cam O'Connor.
O'Connor, yeah.
Yeah, love Cam.
So he moved and he booked the club for a while, and when I was still new, so that was fun. That's when I started getting my first opportunities. But the class of comics above us when we started, it was always like be mean to the new people. Like I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
So like when we kind of started rising up, we're like, well, we're just gonna be nice to the people under us because why would you keep doing that? And now I feel like the scene there is very cohesive, and it feels like a unit. Like everybody's kind of in the mix.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's got good jokes. The mics, people show up to the mics, even if they're like, a headlining touring comic. They come to work on their new jokes, and I just don't see that here. And everything's very divided. And people are like, "Oh, the open micers are like morons." And I'm like, "Well, they don't know what to know. There's no one showing an example of like what to do, so they're just making it up as they go." I mean, it's all kind of just run.
Yeah, I think from my perspective of it, it seems like there's like 3 different scenes in the Indianapolis scene, and then there's like maybe 1 to 2 like sort of half scenes of people who are comics but never actually go out to any of the open mics.
Yeah, now there are
so many comics I know that I don't see doing anything for like half a year at a time.
Yeah, but there are a couple comics that like I'll never see, and then like there was one the other week when we were on a show together, but they were still really funny. So I was like, well, I mean, but then there's a lot of comics I see that they don't do very, and I'm like, oh, maybe they should go to mics and work on the material.
Yeah. I think mics are one of the more important things. What would you do you think there's anything that Indianapolis does better than Cincinnati? This is really a hope. There's a lot of hope in this question right now.
Better? I don't know. Because
not even better, but maybe stronger at than Cincinnati. Because there's got to be like something in Cincinnati.
I mean, it's kind of like on the come up here. We're trying to build it up.
So this is a third world country in Cincinnati.
Well, no, because like you lost your clubs, and now it's just Helium is like the only club here. I mean, I don't know if some people want to call like the Wit a comedy club, but it's not really.
Yeah, it's kind of like on the borderline of one. It's an improv thing.
And any healthy scene needs at least a few clubs. I would say.
I mean, we're just kind of like in that trial.
Now you have like how many comics? 100-something people.
Hundreds.
Fighting over spots at Helium. I mean,
Yeah, I need to sign up. It's been a second. I don't know. Maybe this scene's just kind of like in one of those. It's like when a fucking forest burns down. Like you lose everything, but then it's gonna be ash for a while. But we might get a few more clubs going and maybe get some more life going in the scene. I
think so. I mean, there was plans to open a club, and then it didn't happen. Mm-hmm. But there's some stuff going on this year that I think will lead to good things.
Yeah,
that's all I'll say.
A lot of good things coming up.
But I'm in talks with some people, and we're trying to build back better, or whatever the fuck Joe Biden said.
You're just gonna see Jeremy Johnston on a street in Indianapolis with a trench coat. He's gonna open it. He's like, "I got the goods comedy right here. He wants the good comedy. I got the good comedy. Just follow me into this little alley here."
Comedy's just such a weird environment.
It is.
In general, everybody's mentally ill, and
it's strange that I love it so much for like how like minuscule. Sometimes I feel like a hamster who's like sucking on like those water bottles, but there's like a couple of drops left in it. Cause like I don't be getting booked on shows a lot. I've not done any. I'm just not like ranking along with some of my other peers, and I'm just like, but I love it so much more than a few of these other comics, and I don't know why. It's just
the fact that you can love it still with how bad you do. That's good stuff.
I think once I get like some real big opportunities, it's gonna be a real boost for my morale. That's for sure.
Someone that really, would I say, inspires me, or that I kind of look up to in a way. I don't know how to word it, but locally is Kyle Bates.
Kyle Bates. I think I've already mentioned him on both of the podcasts so far. And
well, his whole I had a conversation with him, and his whole attitude is just pure. It's all just comedy. He doesn't care what other people think. He doesn't care what other people are doing. He's like, I'm just me, and I want to do. And I'm like, man, it just reminded me of like what it should all be about. Instead, I get sucked into politics, or like, oh, this person's here. What are they gonna? I don't.
Kyle Bates feels like a born comedian in the sense that he's just like, I don't even know how to describe it necessarily. I just tell the story a lot, which is we did a show up in Newcastle at a venue where you're allowed to smoke on stage.
Yeah.
And he was so excited to do 15 minutes on stage and to be able to smoke. And he absolutely murdered it. And something about watching him smoke on stage and telling him jokes, it just made me think of what like being a comic back in like the 70s must have been.
Because he smoked a cigarette?
Yeah, I know. It's just like he was in his element, and he was in his greasiness, and he was in his not giving a fuck moment. And I was just like, this is a man who's meant to be doing comedy. Who's really in his element.
It is a community, so I guess you have to care to an extent, but I just mean the fact that he lets everything kind of roll off his back.
Yeah. Cause he does. Now I've also watched him freak out a ton, and it's humbling. Not like freak out. He handles it so much better than me. When I freak out, I have to let everyone at the open mic know I'm freaking out.
But like so there's a local show here, the Sunday show. It's run by a couple of dudes. A few dudes. And I don't know, it just always cracks me up that they are like, you gotta come audition, we're holding on to, and I'm like, if you were active in the scene, you would know who's doing what, and who's good and who's doing well at mics and shows, but, whatever, it's not, and then it's like, why do I care about that? I think just because I care about the scene. But I shouldn't let it bother me because they don't. So why should I care about?
Yeah, I mean,
I just got to do my own thing. So that's what I'm doing.
Yeah, I shouldn't. I mean, I'm kind of, my thing about the Sunday show is that I got to be on the same one that Kyle was on. They let me do 5 minutes, and from what everyone said, I like killed it, and like all the jokes were good.
Yeah.
It was one of the lifetime sets, or not once in a lifetime, but once in a couple of year sets.
You should be able to kill a 5-minute set, I would
think,
by now.
Yeah, but it was like even all the in-between little things that, you say that you don't mean to say that aren't part of the set, that you say when you're nervous, even those things went well. It was just like a miraculous set. And I hadn't filmed it because I was like, the only reason right now I'm trying to film sets is to get one good enough to be on this show. And I was like, they're going to see me, so this will be it. This will be the thing that gets me on the show. And then I get off, and then they're like, yeah, we're going to get you situated with a spot here soon. And it's been like a couple months now, and they haven't even reached out. I'm like, I wish I got the video so I could just be like.
Cam's always talked very.
Cam has been, I think I leveled up because of Cam. He invited me out to Rock Lobster, and I've been doing better work since then.
Yeah.
But I'm not saying they dislike me. I just like, I don't know. I feel like I fall off the radar sometimes. Like I do well, but then like
well, that's what
disappear.
I mean. When do you cross paths with them unless you go to the Sunday show every week?
Not a lot. Rock Lobster, but Tyson Cox, nowhere. Dustin maybe at a show, but I mean, a lot of them work along with the White Rabbit, so I don't get to go out there a lot. I should probably start going to White Rabbit a lot more, because it's also where all the bookers are right now.
Yeah, my girlfriend's mostly quick comedy, but she still runs a show with Lucas at the White Rabbit.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's third Wednesdays of the month. Check it out.
Mm-hmm.
It's called Ride or Die Comedy.
Is that one this week or next week?
I think it would be next. No, the week after next, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I know Osha Dwyer from Cincy's headlining. She's really funny, so that would be a good one.
Hell yeah. Yeah. But, okay, well, we couldn't get too far into the pros and cons of the indie scene, but that's kind of like what I was saying. It's like comparing first and third world countries right there.
I wouldn't say first and third world countries, but it's just very
it's
very
different.
fragmented.
It's different.
Fragmented and broken. I mean, even when there were more clubs, it was very fragmented because you have the Crackers people and they don't associate with these people, and it's just like weird.
It's like comparing Batgirl to Oracle, you know?
I mean, there's people,
it's the same thing, but like...
There's people I met here that did Crackers that I haven't seen since Crackers closed. Do they do comedy or do they just disappear? Oh, I don't know what happened to them.
Literally disappeared, yeah. I mean, from what I've been told, it wasn't that much less divided beforehand. Like, it was definitely a team thing before, like Team Crackers, Team this, Team that.
I feel like someone like... I don't know, like a Terry Shepard is very good at just like, you know,
getting across
both sides, like being he's a good dude. I like him a lot.
Yeah, Terry's one of the best.
Just not being like cliquey, and he can kind of, you know, befriend anybody no matter what, you know, side or club they were. It was so weird. I guess before I moved here, it used to be that if you worked Crackers, you weren't allowed to work anywhere. Like, the lady made these crazy rules, and if she found out you were trying to work another club, she banned you.
But
so many people just got banned.
But she also want to pay you.
No.
So
yeah, it was a joke.
Man,
that's why I never went there. I didn't care if comics did, but I just everything I know about that lady. It's just crazy. Can I tell you a story? That's not my story.
Do it.
But this happened right before it closed.
Yeah, go.
Our mutual friend Derek J. He went to the mic because he was like, I need some stage time. And he used to, go there.
Mm-hmm.
I think. And he said she was outside shoveling snow.
Yeah.
And he was like, hey, Ruth Ann. And then went in the club. And then the booker came back a little bit later and was like, hey, I'm really sorry, but you have to leave. And he's like, what? And he's like, yeah, Ruth Ann said you just walked by and didn't offer to help shovel snow. And he's like, I didn't know I was supposed to fucking help shovel snow. What the hell?
I swear, I've never heard a single good story. I've heard some really bad stories about this woman, but not a single good thing about this woman.
Well, she let Lance live with her for 3 months, so that's...
Bruh, just the other day, bro.
But he was also, working for her for free, so but he was getting room and board, so he's technically the only one that's kind of been paid.
Yeah, no, it's crazy how that works out. They'll incentivize the worst people. Literally just the other day, there was a show opportunity that I was in a group chat for this bar that wants to start doing comedy or whatever, and they don't seem to know how to approach doing it at all, but they just let a bunch of random comedians join the group, and then they're like, we need to book 15 spots for this show, and it's...
That's just an open mic.
Yeah, it's like an open mic competition or whatever the fuck they're calling it. It's like a mix of things. They're just really just trying to get as much people on stage as possible.
Yeah, a lot of places...
But
they think they want comedy because they just see it on Netflix or whatever.
Yeah.
And then they're like, yeah, I love, and then they have it and they're like, oh no.
Yeah. But it was I don't know, it was a certain pirate bearded fedora wearing man was like, I'll be on it. You know who we're...
I don't know.
Pirate beard, fedora, leather, trench coat.
Oh,
yeah.
God, there's so many other
descriptions
you could use.
That's 100% correct.
The guy with charms in his beard, I would have got it immediately.
Yeah, guy with charms. he was like, I'll be on it, and then Lance was like, I'll do it. I'm like, well, I'm not on this show. Never mind.
What show is this?
I don't want to talk about the venue,
Alright.
but I will talk about it. But I was like, God, yeah, just, I don't know. I feel like if you're like a bar or a venue and you want to get into doing comedy, just find another place that's doing a show and talk to one of the bookers and get their vibe, and then see who they like, or see if they want to run something through you, because then more often than not, they'll pay the comics.
Well, if I would have gone to an open mic sooner, I probably would have done comedy earlier. Because it was something I always wanted to do, but I was like terrified of doing because I thought my comedy didn't work in like a stand environment. I thought I'd just be like a script writer or something.
Yeah.
And then I went to an actual open mic and I was like, oh, I can do this.
Yeah.
It really, and not like in a, not in like an arrogant way, but like, you see like great, but then you also see some terrible stuff, so then it makes you feel like, oh, well, yeah, what was I scared of? Because I'm not going to, the worst is I'm going to be as bad as like maybe that one guy or something.
See, I always assumed my main career was going to be as an author, and it's still something I'm working on, but my love for writing's kind of changed over the last few years because I've started writing more funny stuff overall, but I was never good at like speaking in public, and I still am not, but I've always been terrible about any sort of performance thing, and so,
have you ever? No, I'm just joking.
But
almost every time you have a show, you like flop sweat, and then you host and you get all scrambled, and I'm like,
yeah.
I was like, has he gotten through a host set yet?
I mean, yes, but I'm sorry, yes. I've had some the Saturday Showcase, I did pretty fucking good.
No, you did.
I mean, I could compare myself to some other hosts.
Some of the other ones I've seen.
There have been some bad ones, yeah. But to be fair,
I'm saying that I believe you that you're bad at public speaking.
I can probably name all the ones you've been to, and I can tell you they are not my best. But yeah, I do get super nervous. I'm really bad at it, and like back in school when we had to do like slideshow presentations and shit.
I just feel like it's something I could turn on if I have to. I don't want to, though.
Yeah, but my point being, like, during slideshow presentations, my face would, like, twitch and do all these weird things from pure nervousness. So, like, I never thought I'd get into, like, a situation where I just talk to people, and to be fair, I do, like, lean on my notes sometimes, but, what did it is, I was going to Red Curb Comedy a lot, and, I don't know, I remember contemplating doing one of their open mics, and I had a dream that night where it was like my sister's wedding and I had to give a speech, and I'm giving the speech and I'm like plastered and I'm fucked up, and then I pass out, and then I wake up and I'm like, that's an absolute nightmare, but I bet in real life it's not as bad. And so it's like, next time I get the chance to get on stage and talk in front of people, I'll try it. And that happened to be the Red Curb open mic competition. And I was super nervous, but did way better than I expected. And I think that dream is like really the only thing that pushed me to do it. Was kind of getting the taste of something in the ethereal, non-real sense, and then like being like, I wonder what that's like in reality.
Yeah. I was pretty quiet and monotone. I mean, I was a class clown in high school, but I got sent to a very small Catholic high school, so it was easier to act up, and people were like, wow, he's a genius. No, I didn't. Some lady wrote, but I'm like, they were all like religious idiots. But no, that's just when I discovered like jokes, I guess, and make people laugh, because a kid that I really like that's full maggot now, so that sucks. But I thought he was really funny, and he's the one that told me, he's like, hey man, you're actually really funny, you should just speak up more. And I was like, oh, okay. And then, but like, no, I went to, but when I was in college, you know, I didn't make it. I wouldn't talk to anybody, but then when I'd have to turn in my video projects, because I went for audio video production, it would just kid in the whole class would be like, where the hell did this come from? And I remember when we had to do our capstone, which is like your thesis or whatever, and present it in the auditorium, everyone was like, how the hell did you give that presentation? I was like, because I need to pass? Like, like if I have to do something, I'm going to do it, I guess.
No, this is definitely the opposite of me. Like, in school, if I had to do something, I would just not do it. Like, if you made something absolutely clear that I had to do it, it was not getting done.
Well, there's some stuff like that I don't do, like my taxes, but...
I think I needed a learning aid or whatever they're called now that's just, like, goads you into doing your work all day. Like, I didn't need, like, full-blown special needs attention, but
I think it's just about what you care about.
Well, yeah, but I have, like, an executive function issue. Like, even things I like doing, I will find myself, like, finding ways to not do it because I know I have to do it. It's like, it's a shutdown thing. Once I know something's a necessity, it's like, nothing works. Nothing works. But, I mean, I work on that as best as possible. Let's see, let's get through some of these questions.
You got questions?
Yeah, I do have questions, yeah. What do you think, like, overall is, like, if you could pinpoint one or two of your, like, favorite moments on stage, like, throughout your entire career, what do you think have been your favorite shows that you've done, or maybe favorite interactions with crowd?
I don't know. We had a... favorite moment? I'm trying to think of, like, absolute favorite... Well, what's crazy is I did a character called Jeremy Lavender, and that... I thought it was going to bomb. I thought it was the stupidest thing. I wrote, like, the hackish jokes I could think of and come up with. And it absolutely destroyed, like, harder than I've ever killed, I think, myself. Like, the whole place, I got to go on the radio, but they were like, we kind of want your character to come on. And I'm like, and, like, I don't know, but I was just like, damn.
Jeremy Lavender.
And then everyone just wanted that character, and I kind of got mad, because I was like, no, it was just a one-off. It was like a stupid...
It sounds like your pimp name, straight up. Like, Jeremy
So
Lavender.
it was because I came back from a music festival and I had purple shoelaces, and someone called me Jeremy Lavender, and I said, hey, I'll be in Vegas all weekend. And then we just kind of developed this shitty Vegas comic, and I don't know.
My current character, I've been working on sketches with Thaddeus McKee, and I am a character named Spud Germain. Spud Germain.
That seems fitting.
It does, for some reason. I was like, before we went to film it, like, there was no name for my character. I was a side character, and I was in the shower, and I was just like, Spud Germain, and I brought it up, and that just became the entire sketch.
Your current look is, like,
Spud Germain.
freaking me out a little bit, because I just watched the movie Barry Lyndon, and I just feel like you're a character from that movie now.
I don't even get the reference, my man.
Check it out.
You said Barry Lyndon?
It's a Stanley Kubrick film. It's 3 hours long.
Okay.
It took me all day to watch.
You know, I never got into Kubrick that much.
It's good. I like it.
Well, like,
But my dog doesn't let me sit and watch 3-hour movies in one take.
I'm trying to think if... I mean, like, I've seen Space Odyssey, 2001 Space Odyssey. And he did The Shining, right?
Yeah. And he did Clockwork Orange, and he did...
I'm not a big fan of Clockwork Orange.
what else did he do?
I think my problem is I watched all of his movies way too young. Way too young. Like, I was like... I watched 2001 A Space Odyssey before I was like 10 years old. Which, there's no way you're going to get a kid who's watching like SpongeBob Brain Rot to fucking sit and watch all of 2001 A Space Odyssey.
It's just, you know...
Oh, okay.
Colonial times, so you kind of have that whole thing going on.
Yeah, I do have the... I don't know. It doesn't matter what I do either with my looks. Like, if I put my hair up in a ponytail and I forget to, like, shave the mutton chops a bit, like, I swear the colonial look does not escape me no matter where I go. And I am like 98 point something percent British. Like, not even British Irish, just straight British. So it makes sense. Like, I have colonial blood in me.
Oh, there used to be a show in Dayton called The Dope Show, and it would take place in, like, apartments. Like, someone would host it, and it'd be, like, an apartment show, so everyone would bring, like, drugs and booze, and just be, like, a party.
Sounds like a great time, yeah.
It was fun. It's kind of like a secret show sort of thing, but I remember I did one and I got, like, so baked, and I don't get stoned a lot. I can't handle it much anymore. But I had, like, one of the best sets ever. I was just riffing and, like, just having so much fun. So then I was convinced that, like, if I get high, I'll be good. And, man, went from maybe, like, one of the best sets I ever had to, like, some of the worst sets I ever had because I was stoned and just being nonsensical.
Man, I want to do more shows, like, up in Michigan or some place like that, because there's venues up there where you can, like, smoke weed on stage. I'm not gonna do well because I know myself. I don't do well when I'm inebriated, but it'll be fun.
I did a theater when I was 6 months in, and I had to do 20 minutes, and I found the video, and I'm like, I can't believe none of those bits I do now, but I was like, I can't believe that if I could do 20 minutes at 6 months in.
Oh yeah.
But you know, there was a guy who I started with, and he's, you know, pretty boy. So he was like he's like an actor, successful actor now in LA. And he's like in shows and stuff. But he had like contacts even when he had just started stand up, so they were gonna film this thing at a theater and like send it to Comedy Central. And so he's like, you gotta be on it, man. I'm like, okay, and then I'm just like, God, don't submit your stuff when you're that early. It looks stupid as hell.
I had a 6-minute video from my third time doing stand-up, and it's on my YouTube right now, so like if you're watching this and you want to watch me be dog shit at stand-up, go watch that video. But God, was it horrible. I won second place in that competition, and I'm looking back at it, I'm like, no, that was it had to have been real, because there was like actual comedians there doing actual material, and I was just joking about jerking off on the wall, and I'm watching it, and it's so bad, and I'm just reading it in the notes. My face is in the fucking notes, and then there's like a lady who commented on there, like, you have so much promise, you're gonna do so well, and I'm like, I feel bad because I haven't uploaded anything else for this lady to see. I'm like, I am doing so much better than that. So like, I can't even imagine like 6 months. It's still like not enough time, not for Comedy Central.
It's just crazy because, like, I remember the feelings and the vibes from that night still. Because I had a good set. The crowd loved me. We all went, like, most of them followed us to the bar, and we all hung out. My mom had seen me for the first time. I thought she was going to be upset. She, like, gave me a hug. It was just like, I'm so proud of you. That was amazing. But now I watch it, like, 10 years removed, and I'm like, oh, God, this is horrible.
Yeah.
How did anybody like this?
Yeah, you can't.
Dog shit.
On video, the energy is just way different. Just way different.
I'm just cringing at, like, watching. That's how I felt when we did I had fun doing the pod. I'm probably going to hate it. And then I couldn't listen back to it. I'm like, I cringed at my parts. I really enjoyed what you had to do, but for like the first 40 minutes, I was like getting comfortable, like trying to find the right angle to sit and everything, and just trying to chip into the conversation one way or the other. This is supposed to be funny because I feel like it hasn't really been funny.
It's kind of, the energy's a little low. I'm not gonna lie. I came pretty prepared, and maybe that's a good thing or a bad thing. I don't know. But it's kind of funny, kind of conversational. It's just what it is. I think my problem is, my biggest problem for this podcast will be I mask and I adjust to other people's energies. So, like, this is a fun experiment because I get to see how I interact with people. Yeah. Like, I get to go back and literally watch myself interact with people. But the problem is if somebody comes in and they're like, they don't know what energy to bring, so they bring low energy, I'm just going to mask that low energy and we're gonna have a low, chill time. But if like Luke Franklin was on last week, he just came in with. He started the whole thing by dancing. So like I was just like.
That's so weird.
I was so easy to amp myself up.
Kids in the dance.
I don't know. I mean, we had dance.
To town to dance.
Just Dance, Dance Revolution. I mean, dancing's been a part of life, man. I mean, dancing was part of you guys' existence too. Footloose, you know.
That was band. The band dancing in that.
What's something more age appropriate for you?
Did you see all
was there dancing in Greece?
There's a video that came out today that I saw that was very funny to me, and it's like Kid Rock performing at some Republican convention. Well, he's lip singing, so I shouldn't say he's performing badly too. By the way, but just they cut to like all the old white Republicans, and they're like. Trying to dance and pretend like they enjoy this, and I'm like, oh my god.
Well, you're not on Facebook, so you probably know less about it. But he's supposedly in like some alternative halftime show.
Yeah, the Super Bowl. No, I don't know.
I don't know what it is. Either,
so
but they're like
a bunch of racists were mad that Bad Bunny is the musical guest. So they're like, we're gonna make our own alternative halftime show.
That's some insane work.
They call it Christian, but Kid Rock's songs are literally like, suck my dick!
These same people are like, oh, the country's so divided nowadays. Why can't we just come together? And they're like, but we have to have our own separate, segregated halftime show because it's impossible having conversations with those people.
I'm still confused why ICE is going to the Olympics, because, like, what does that have to do with Italy? Like, why? I don't even know.
I mean, that fucking the Nazis came to fucking their Olympics. I mean,
they didn't fall in the local drama.
It depends. I'm usually behind, but kind of.
The bricks. Broderable ice cream.
No, I just saw a post about that yesterday, but I don't know the context at all. I don't know what happened. What's this whole thing?
So, one of the owners celebrates January 6th and posts like how much they love ice and all this stuff. So of course the community.
You're pushing yourself like man. I'm just letting you know.
So people in the community were always like, "Hey, just so you know, that's one of the owners at Bricks. This is the type of person they are." And everyone's like, "We're not gonna get ice cream from there, from that place." And then they made like a very AI. Is that me or you?
That is me.
They made like a very AI written response that was like, one employee doesn't reflect our values as a business or whatever, and people are like, hey, it's not an employee, it's a co-owner of your business. Mm-hmm. And they didn't denounce any of it, they just kind of tried to sweep it under the rug. Mm-hmm. And be like, one person doesn't define us. And it's like, well, what does define you guys? And then all these employees started coming out with like, they stole our tips, they treated,
I swear. Does every single business try to like just steal as much money from their workers as possible?
I don't know. They were like, making them do labor that was like illegal, all this crazy stuff, and so it just keeps getting worse and worse. And then the Kurt Vonnegut Museum came out in support of it, and then I was like, what is going on? And I messaged a comic because he's on the board there, and he was like, I'm really disappointed too. And I was like, man, I just wanted to check in because that's crazy to me. And then the Indie Star now keeps writing opinion pieces about like, you may need a grace period when you're taken down on social media. And I'm like, does someone at Indie Star own like part of the ice cream company? Like, what? It's just crazy.
Maybe. I mean, I don't know. I guess this segues into our first sponsor, Brick Ice Cream. If you have any needs for MAGA ice cream, give it up for Brick's Ice Cream, I guess.
And now everybody's saying to go to Lick, which I'm like, I don't know why you would name your company that, but apparently they...
I don't know why people are like...
give their money to good causes. And the ice cream's good.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, ice cream is just one of those things I get like DoorDash. I'm not too worried about the ice cream place.
I don't eat ice cream hardly ever. The last time I had ice cream was in August when I went to Seattle, and it was very good ice cream, actually.
There's something about the way you're just looking up in the light. You're like, the last time I had ice cream was in August. So majestic. There is this one place up in Michigan. There's this tiny little town called Onekama. It's like a little vacation town, but they have an ice cream.
Mackinac Island?
No, it's called Onekama, spelled one comma. It's by Manistee, I want to say. I'm trying to think. Either way, the point is they have like an ice cream shop there, and I swear to God, I would do anything to be there right now. I mean, it's February, so it's probably closed, but they have the best ice cream ever. I'm really hungry now. What's your go-to ice cream
Cats
flavor?
fell asleep.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Whenever I have guests, they kind of just go to bed.
I like a good cherry cordial.
Cherry cordial? I don't know if I've had cherry cordial.
It's just cherry ice cream with cherries and chocolate chips in it.
Sounds good, yeah. I really like mint chocolate chip. I go crazy for some mint chocolate chip or coffee flavored ice cream. Those are my two good.
This is such a fat guy thing, but I was listening to Bob and Tom the other day, and they were like talking about actually using cookie dough ice cream for root beer floats because it's still vanilla, and then you get the cookie dough, and I'm like, oh,
I've
never
done that.
thought about that.
I've done that. I found it lackluster, but I think it was because I was having like the Toll House cookie dough ice cream, which is not real ice cream. I don't know. But highly recommend still.
No, I got what was I gonna say? What were we talking about?
We were talking about ice cream, and then before that, we were talking about Burke's ice cream or whatever.
No, when you're saying you like chocolate chip, I was talking about flavors.
Cherry cordial. And then I said I like mint chocolate chip.
My train of thought. I had something I was going to say.
Couple faccos just lose their train of thought thinking about ice cream.
Oh!
I don't care about the
I think I just like cherry stuff because there is a place in town that has 2 locations.
Mm-hmm.
It's called California Burger.
Yeah.
And they make a cherry milkshake, and it is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I've never had a cherry milkshake before that place. I've never had one other than that place. But my girlfriend was getting tired of me talking about it, and I took her there, and then she tried it. She's like, "Oh my God, it actually is really good." I was like, "Yeah, I don't fucking make up lies."
It's basically like the icky part at the top of the milkshake where the cherry was setting, but like the entire milkshake. No, I kind of like cherry ice cream, but I didn't used to, and I know what changed it was what was it, 2022 or something? I don't know. I don't know what the expiration date on products are, but
fuck people. The strawberry Pop-Tarts, cherry Pop-Tarts all day.
Yeah, that's fair.
For some reason, strawberries is more popular.
I was doing acid, and I think it was the first time I did acid. I knew, I was like, this is about to be a really bad trip. I knew it. I was like, I can see the entire fabric of the universe now, and I don't like it. I'm upset. I'm disappointed. And I was about to go into a really bad trip, and then I got some Cherry Garcia ice cream. And I don't like Cherry Garcia ice cream, but I started eating it, and it got the, I don't know, dopamine, serotonin, or something to pop off in my brain.
Yeah.
And it was just a fun, wild ride the rest of that night. And now I like chocolate cherry anything. Honestly. I don't know why. It just recalibrated my brain.
Oh, speaking of cherries, I remember something that's embarrassing. When I was 18, my friends took me and my girlfriend to Hustler store. And I bought this, like, vibrating vagina thing that was called, like, the cherry popper. I don't know what the fuck it was. And I never even used it. And so I just put it inside like my old PlayStation box or whatever. Forgot about it. My mom found it and got mad at me and threw it away. And I'm like, I'm an adult. But it's still embarrassing. You don't ever want to...
Yeah.
You know, like one time I was watching porn and fell asleep. I was like, oh, thank God no one came.
Bro, I was a bad kid, dude. Like, I basically lived in the living room. My mom caught me masturbating in the living room.
I've never been caught
a few times.
But my mom did. I would have a bad habit of using tissues and then balling them up and throwing them under my bed. And
never had that issue.
my mom didn't know what that was about, so she was like on the phone with her friend cleaning them up, and she's like, Jeremy sure goes through a lot of tissues. And then her friend was like, don't touch those! Like, yelling at her on the phone. She's like, what? Why? And she had to have it explained to her, and I'm like, God.
It's like, Mom, I'm making arts and craft ghosts for my Etsy page right now. Leave them alone. I haven't gotten the googly eyes yet. No, I never had that issue. I'm also not a cum in the sock kind of guy. That's always just seems so strange to me. People, I don't know.
Yeah, I never used socks. I never used lotion. I've always been a dry.
Lotion, yeah, I don't get it either.
When I was like, you can use lotion? What the hell have I been doing?
I don't like the dynamics of it at all. No.
I don't like it. It's weird. I never got caught, but I don't even like... Maybe it's too personal. I don't do it anymore because, one, my dog is always there. I feel like I can't have my dog see that.
I live in a 1-bedroom with 3 cats,
and
so
then,
I'm kind of... They're seeing some stuff.
And then because we have a dog, we have cameras in the apartment, so I'm just like, I don't want to ever do anything. I don't ever want to do anything.
Bro, I only just recently started, knowing that there are people with Ring cameras in their living room, and I'm like, I don't think I could, my man. I don't think I could.
Well, then I go back to my mom's house, and she's got cameras all in her house now, and I'm like, God, it's, impossible for these kids to jerk off nowadays.
Yeah, I mean, my thing is, I used to jerk off under my blanket, so anytime I got caught, I'm just I'm scratching my leg, Mom. Stop being weird about it. But, anytime I got caught naked, it was doing something not sexual at all. One time my brother just busted into my room, and I was doing push-ups naked, and he's like, what the fuck are you doing? I like to exercise naked. I do. I don't like clothes restraining me, and I already have bad mobility as it is, so it's not a pretty sight, but it's jerking off. Nobody's catching me naked, but exercising, you might see my ass. It's
I've never heard of that. Exercising naked.
I mean,
unless you were a nudist, but not just naked for exercise specifically. I have not heard that.
I'm really kind of a throw a bathrobe on for most of the day kind of guy, for the most part. I might have pants on, some pajama pants, but I don't really stress about clothes too much. But I live by myself, so it's not a big deal. Hey guys, I just wanted to stop in the middle of the podcast to let you guys know about a great stand-up open mic here in Indianapolis, Indiana. That would be the Fountain Square Brewery open mic. I help host it once a week, every Wednesday at 7 o'clock. List goes out at 6:30, so if you want to come, maybe try 5 minutes of comedy on stage and see how you do. It's a great atmosphere, and it's a great place to learn, so I hope to see you out there. And I run shows there, so who knows, maybe in a few months, if you're doing good, you might wind up on a show. You might find a life-changing experience for yourself at Fountain Square Brewery. So I hope you see it. I will put up a graphic for details. Thank you very much for watching.
Let's get through these questions so we can go to the
We can get through the questions, yeah. We're only at 50 minutes, but I don't know, let's segue. We talked about Stanley Kubrick a little bit, so let's get into your love for movies, our mutual love for movies, and let's go with a very basic question. Let's go with a very basic question, because I'm bringing the most basic energy to you today, and the basic question would be, if you were on a desert island, what are the 5 movies that you are stuck watching until your inevitable death?
Damn, dude. That's a hard one.
I contemplated putting Castaway in there just because you need something relatable. You don't want.
Well, I feel like all mine are gonna mostly be from the same time period, but
what's it matter when you're on an island, though?
I don't know. Well, I mean, now I've really watched in the last 5 years, I started to expand, and I found a bunch of movies from the 70s I didn't know about before that I love now. And it's hard, but I think my original basic 5, if I had to pick one from almost, well, listen, I hit the table. If I had to pick one, I try to do it well rounded, so one's from each genre. Genre. For horror, it'd have to be the original Halloween.
Okay, that's pretty solid.
That's just my favorite. How it was done, everything about it is really cool. It's probably gonna be the first episode of my podcast when I start doing the special features thing. And then my favorite movie of all time is The Royal Tenenbaums by Wes Anderson.
I still haven't seen that.
I can watch it nonstop. I don't know what it is. Now it's just like a comfort. I don't know. I just put it on.
Your comfort film is The Royal Tenenbaums. Mine is The Cat in the Hat.
Well, I think because my family, it mirrors a lot of my family. We weren't rich, but we came from divorced parents, and my brothers were all very talented, but they're not living the lives they should.
Comforting thoughts.
Yeah. Well, and then one of my favorite TV shows, Arrested Development, was pitched as The Royal Tenenbaums meets Cops, because it was shot documentary style, but it's about a dysfunctional.
That's pretty solid.
Aristocrat family. And then Fight Club. Would have to be in there. I don't know. Damn, I kind of want to put Sexy Beast in there too. There's something about Fight Club and Sexy Beast. When I watched them for the first time, I immediately had to watch it again, and that doesn't happen a lot for me.
I only just found out that Jared Leto was in Fight Club.
He was in a lot though.
I did not realize that.
Not
was
late
him.
90s.
He's still being stuff. He's Skeletor now.
Yeah, but I mean, he was in Requiem for a Dream. That's kind of where everybody got to know him. And then he was in Fight Club. He was in American Psycho. He was in a few stuff around that era. No, it's funny because when Fight Club came out, I was not really into fighting. So I thought it was who wants to see this fucking movie? That's stupid. And then when I actually watched it, I was like, they marketed this movie so wrong. It's not about fighting at all.
No.
But that's what I thought it was. And now I got the book, and yeah.
There's just comic books now and comic book
I got
sequels.
Fight Club 2. I got Chuck Palahniuk's autograph on a Fight Club 2 poster.
Oh, hell yeah.
And then the other two would be comedies. One is Dirty Work with Norm Macdonald. My friend took me to the theater to see it, and it's just the hardest I ever laughed at a movie, and I had to show everybody that movie. And I remember I even found my old school book thing where it was who's your favorite actor? And I said Norm Macdonald. He's not even an actor. I was just obsessed with him. And then let's say maybe Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
That's not a bad one. Yeah. I used to hate Monty Python's Holy Grail. I used to hate that movie.
The ending to me is still the funniest thing, and I don't know why it gets me, but just the fact that they're in present day and the cops show up and start arresting them, and they're just well, it's so funny.
It is.
I just lose it.
I think as a kid I was not ready for that at all, which is crazy because it is a very goofy movie, but it was not what I was used to at all. I mean, British humor is just kind of different overall. I've had to get used to it. Now I love the Monty Python stuff. I've been watching the show for a second now, but
it's hard to pick 5 movies.
It really is. I mean, I used to have a defined list, but in the last 2 years I've watched so many movies that it's really hard to keep consistent. But mine used to be A Star Is Born with Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga. Really love that movie to death.
The remake one.
Yes, the remake one. I loved it. I loved it a
I
lot.
haven't seen
It
it.
was a very important movie for me when I started getting sober post high school. But I don't know. I like love stories, and I also like self-indulgent suicidal ideation. So the two big things in that movie just really work together for me. Let's see. Goodfellas. It's a pretty good movie. I don't know where it
that's
sits
classic.
anymore because I've watched just a lot more.
Have you seen Bob Go Up?
What?
There's a comic. I don't know if he's a comic. Well, he's not a good comic. He was in Goodfellas, and he has the one line where he's on the phone and he says, the N-words took my truck or whatever.
Oh my.
And they booked him for a weekend at the club. I don't know why.
No.
And that's all he did on stage was like, you know me, I'm the guy that said I'm on Goodfellas.
Oh man, what a credit.
And he made a movie about like an actor who's a serial killer, and then he accused the show Barry of stealing his idea, which was not. They weren't the same at all.
Mm.
But on the Sunday for his Sunday show, instead of doing stand up, he was just going to play his movie for everybody, and everyone left. Like no one stayed till the end, and they were like, "Yeah, we're never booking you again."
Oh man, that's nasty.
But yeah, Goodfellas and Bob Gelub.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I don't know. Goodfellas is just Martin Scorsese really knows how to strike a certain indulgence when it comes to like masculine tropes. There's just something about a character who's like, I'm a terrible person and I do drugs and I'm mean to everybody. And when you watch that when you're 14, it's like, yeah, fuck yeah. But now I've just like my whole world has changed since that was one of my top 5. So I would take it out, but it's also just very well made. And it is based on a real person. I mean, let's see. John Q. Have you seen John Q. with Denzel Washington?
I've heard of it, but I haven't seen it.
I think actually it might be one of the greatest films ever made. And
Is
it's
that
not
Tony
even.
Scott, or who was that?
I'm not sure.
No, he made Man on Fire.
But yeah, John Q. It's not even trying to be the best movie ever made, but it is.
I remember when it came out, but I don't remember.
Let's see. Denzel Washington's in it. James Wood is in it. Eddie Griffith's in it. Ray Liotta's in it. I'm picking a bunch of random characters just because those are names. I'm trying to think of the main characters, but anyways, it's about a dad who like they're a low-income family currently going through a recession, and then there's a lot of problems with health insurance going on, and then they find out that his son's heart is too big for him, and so he holds an ER hostage so that he can get his son the procedure to save his life.
Oh shit!
And it's a fucking killer movie. It's a little bit funny, but the dramatic moments fucking hit your soul so hard.
It was directed by Nick Cassavetes.
Oh, okay.
He's the son of John Cassavetes, who I like a lot as a director actor.
I think you'd like John Q. It's a very emotionally potent.
You should see the movie Mikey and Nicky. It's Peter Falk and John Cassavetes.
It sounds so familiar.
So fun. So I'm gonna give you like similar plot. I don't want to give you the ending, but it's about a guy.
Oh yeah, I know this.
Who's trying to because the mob's gonna kill him, and he calls his best friend Nicky over or Mikey over. I forget which one's which. Mikey, I think, and then he's like, to help him, but then his friend is trying to set up like we're gonna be here at this bar to the mob so that they send their hitman to kill him, but he keeps derailing the plans because they'll go to the bar and he's like, actually, let's go. I want to go check this out, and so they keep it's not happening, and then I don't want to give away how it all comes together and wraps up, but it's a really interesting. I haven't seen a movie like that where I'm like, I think it was funny, but it was like fucked up. Like really, it's a dark comedy, I guess you'd say. But yeah, I love John Cassavetes. It's good.
Trying to round out my other two. The problem is I've just been watching a lot of great movies. Like, it's got to go to an A24 film at this point because I've been really eating up A24 films recently. I don't know if I put Green Room in my top 5 either. But the Green Room was made... Okay, you recommended the Green Room to me, and I swear to God, that might have been one of the best recommendations
Yeah,
ever.
it was good.
I mean, all the time when someone's like, you should watch this movie, I watched it, I'm like, this is absolute dog shit. And I remember being like 10 minutes into the movie, and I already had so many opinions, and I was sharing them with you. And I was like, this movie's really fun. And then, then shit starts going off. I'm like, I have a very different opinion about this movie than I did 5 minutes
Patrick
ago.
Stewart as a Nazi?
Yeah, it's insane stuff. Like, to me, he's Professor Xavier or Captain Picard. I did not think I'd hear him say the N-word ever. You know, with a British accent, he almost has no reason to. But he's Sir... Or fucking goddamn it. I don't know. It's such a good movie.
I watched The Friends of Eddie Coyle the other night. That was a good one. I'd never seen.
Honestly, people think movies are getting so much worse. I think they're getting a lot better. I think it's just there's too many movies coming out. Is the problem.
And there's a lot of remakes and stuff, so I kind of skip those now because there's so many original films I haven't seen still.
But like we saw 28.
I try to watch all the Best Picture noms every year, so I'm working my way through those.
Mm-hmm. I still need to see Begonia.
I saw that one.
I haven't seen that one yet.
I gotta watch Frankenstein.
But Jesse Plemons, he was great in. Well, I was about to say he was great in Civil War, but then I was like, he was also great in Like Mike. So I don't know why I keep on thinking about Like Mike. Did you watch
I feel like
that?
I should have to edit my list.
Oh, I mean, I edit mine usually every couple.
I feel like I gotta like include like the Duplass brothers or a Trauma movie because those things were big inspirations to me as a film.
I'll say
guy.
my fifth one is A Muppet Christmas Carol. Straight up. I feel like I if I'm doing like a real ranking of my top 5 movies, they're always gonna come down to like dramas or thrillers. But if we're talking movies that I consistently will watch the rest of my life, Muppet Christmas Carol is like twice a year. I watch it in the summer and then I watch it around Christmas every year. And it's a musical. It's a Muppet film. It's a holiday film. It's a lot of things. And I think it's just overall perfect adaptation of my favorite story. So Muppet Christmas Carol, that's my 5th. That's the shit. It's also Michael Caine just playing an absolute normal person alongside Muppets.
I have it. I bought it for my girlfriend because she loves it, but I haven't watched it in years.
It's one of the few movies.
I remember I saw
that gets better every time.
I saw Muppet Treasure Island in theaters.
Muppet Treasure Island, I should like it.
And the only thing I remember from it is the We Have Cabin Fever song.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only thing I can remember.
I watched it much later than I watched Muppet Christmas Carol, and for some reason I don't like Muppet Treasure Island a lot. I like Treasure Planet, which is a much better adaptation of Treasure Island.
Wait, doesn't the show come back tonight?
Is it tonight? I was actually
I
was gonna talk about it. I've been very loose on the details, but I was gonna bring up they're bringing back the Muppet Show, which I'm really
I think
excited
there's tonight.
I'm like a Muppet diehard fan, absolutely. I if I ever am like rich, like if I'm a celebrity, I will have my spouse pay the exorbitant amount of money to rent the actual Muppets to come talk to me because.
Well, they played a clip of like Waldorf and Statler on the radio, and I was like, oh, it feels pretty like in vibe to the way it was. Because they're like, if it ain't broke, and it's like, no, that's why they're doing it. They're all broke.
Yeah, they're trying to go back and do the.
It's got the vibe of the original.
My only thing is they have a different voice actor for Kermit because.
Frank Oz did he die?
Yeah, he's not the voice.
Who's Frank Oz do? He does Piggy.
Frank Oz is Gonzo and Miss Piggy, I think. Or some assortment of it, but
why did I think he did Kermit?
Well, because Jim Henson and Frank Oz are like synonymous with each other. I don't know, he might have, but Jim Henson did Kermit until he died, and then the guy who played Kermit just like a couple years ago, he got into an argument with them about like, I don't know, creative decisions on the voice of Kermit or whatever, and they're like, it's just cheaper if we get someone else. And then they did the, what do they call it, Muppet Now, which was like supposed to be like a web show, like think iCarly, but fucking the Muppets, and it was awful. And I don't like the guy who voices them. It's deeper. It's like a lower octave. It feels like a bad impression of Kermit. And it's upsetting because the guy who did the voice is still alive, and it's merely Disney kind of. But I don't know. I really love the Muppets. They just recently did a show called Muppet Mayhem, which was exclusively about the Electric Mayhem bands, and it did really good. It had great numbers. People enjoyed it, and then they're like, canceled. Fuck you, canceled. So I'm glad that they're doing something good with the franchise because.
Did you ever see the movie In and Out?
In and Out.
It's directed by Frank Oz.
No, maybe not.
That's another like movie that I feel like isn't well known, but I really love it. It's
oh yeah, I had that on VHS.
Kevin Kline, and
I've not seen that in forever.
people think he's gay, and he's like, "What? I'm not gay." And then well, I won't tell you how it ends.
Turns out he's gay. No, I don't know. Muppets are the shit though. Those were my 5. I don't know. Going back to stand up, are there any like really bad moments you've had on stage? Like really terrible, like horrific moments? Because I've had some, but mine are all like the first year and a half stories. Like it's all shit that doesn't matter. I've not been on like a show and something bad happened or
something bad. Well,
something that just threw off the whole energy, or
I
couldn't believe happened. Or, like the worst thing I've seen in a show, and this wasn't even me. It was just at the Sunday show. There was a queer comic. She's like an old lady. She's a lesbian. She's deaf, doing remarkably well with some anti-Trump material.
Before you said deaf, I was going to say, just say CK.
No, just doing great with some anti-Trump material. And then all of a sudden, she goes into this long rant about Orientals. And it's bad. It's so bad. She does like 5 minutes on how Chinese people
First of all, Orientals is not...
I know. It's an out.
For a person.
I was like, she had to, like the last time she could actually hear racial slurs, that was still one people were throwing around or something, because she was old and she's deaf. But so out of touch, I guess.
Dude, Chinaman is not the...
Dude, her whole bit was about how Chinese people are her least favorite race because she's a blackjack dealer at a casino and they don't tip her. And I'm like, I don't know, maybe they're knocking. You can't hear them or some shit. I don't know. I don't have a lot of... Bro. But it was so awkward because it's a very LGBT plus friendly room. It's a very PC room, I'd say, for the most part. I don't know exactly how to say it. It's hard to describe rooms like that without it seeming like an insult.
LGBTQAI plus friendly room. I mean,
it's just it's a very progressive room. Let's say that. So like her doing so well and doing fine, she had her niche, and then just randomly pivots to the most racist shit ever. It was like, wow, it was soul crushing to watch.
Yeah.
And she's deaf, so she didn't realize people weren't laughing at her jokes anymore. She couldn't like read the room because of the lights in her face, and I'm like, you're doing so poorly right now.
I had to do. I don't know, I had an issue with like chasing the perfect take for a while, where it was like I'd be killing, and then I would think because I'm doing so well, I can say whatever I want, and then just kill the whole vibe by going into something too edgy or whatever, and be like, oh no. But I think one of the worst things that pops in my head that I did was, so we did a show, and they didn't have like a stool or anything up on the stage. So my buddy was like, he was after me, and he's like, hey man, I really need like a stool thing to set stuff on. Can you like take a stool up with you and just leave it up there so there's one up there when I go up? And I'm like, yeah, okay. And then I got the idea, I was like, what? Well, there wasn't a stool, so we were going to use a chair. Are you looking at your phone while I'm telling you
I'm
story?
listening to the thing. I'm checking the timing of it.
This is a great podcast when the own host gets bored.
You were just doing that earlier. Shut the fuck up. Keep going. Anyways.
No, so he was like, can you take a chair up there or something because there's no stool? So I was like, all right. So then I was like, wait. In my head, I was like, wouldn't it be funny if I just dragged a chair through the audience up to the stage and be like, oh, what? And then I was like, no, wait. What if I asked someone to get up and I just took their chair and drug it up to the stage? Because I'm like, I'm so funny. And then, so I start walking and it's like winter. So then I realize as I'm walking through the crowd, I'm like, oh fuck, everyone's got a fucking coat on the back of the chair. So I can't take a chair with a coat on it. But I'm like getting almost to like where I'm like, I gotta pick somebody. So I just like, ma'am, could you stand up, please? And then she's like, what? And I, like, took her chair and just started dragging. She flipped the fuck out. She, like, grabbed her shit and was like, absolutely not, we're leaving. And the whole table, like, 2 tables of people, like, left before I even got on stage. And then I was so, like, what just happened? And I couldn't, like, compose myself. And then people were like, are you on meth or something? Like, people were accusing me of, like, being on drugs. And
was it a wheelchair or something?
No. And then
like
I just couldn't concentrate because I was like, oh fuck, like that lady was like pissed. I thought I was just being funny. And then like, so the host, the guy who ran that show, it was like one of my favorite shows, and I love that guy to death, and I cared so much what he thought about me. He was the first guy to ever pay me to do comedy. He doesn't live anywhere around Cincinnati anymore, but so the whole time I'm up there, I just feel my phone going off in my pocket, like, brr, brr, brr. So I'm like, oh God, he's telling me, like, you piece of shit, you ruined the show. So, like, the whole time I'm, like, performing, I'm, like, thinking, like, all the horrible stuff that's probably being sent to my phone right now. So I luckily get him back by the end of my set with, like, my last 2 bits, but, man, it just was me faltering for, like, 10 minutes after that. And then I look at my phone, and it's literally him in the bathroom just sending me funny faces. Like, he's like, that was great, man. I was like, no, it wasn't. What do you mean it was great? He's like, yeah, that lady whose chair you took, that was the lady I lost my virginity to. That's why I was like, what? It's like, yeah, I think she freaked out because she thought I picked her specifically, but I just picked a random person to come up, and so she freaked out and left. But how was I supposed to? I was like, well, you should have told me that someone you lost your virginity to was in the audience. I didn't know that.
Yeah, by the way, bro.
But it was all good. Everyone was cool with it, so we survived. And I got booked again on the next one, so it wasn't like I ruined my...
Yeah, I mean, you just asked for a chair. I think you're doing good, man. I have so many mistakes coming my way. I fumble through.
It's just when you try to do something funny and someone doesn't take it the right way. Like I used to have a joke where I say like, they say out of sight, out of mind. If that's the case, then why is my hometown still looking for that missing girl? And it does well at a lot of shows, but I did it at one show, and this lady's like, oh my God, was it the lady in Kettering? And I'm like, what? And she starts talking about this like real life case, and I was like, no, we're doing, what are you talking about?
There was a big case, not missing girls, but those...
Well, I just assume every town has a missing.
Oh,
it's like a throwaway line because they say out of sight, out of mind. But
no,
we're all
it's
still
a great joke.
Looking for this missing.
But I wish I could remember the details of the story, but
luckily I was able to save that show because the lady derailed it, started talking about a real life case in like this town of Kettering.
Mm-hmm.
And then I started going, once we finally got through all that, I started to get into like a bit about Walmart.
Mm-hmm.
And then somehow tied it, I forget how it went, but tied it back like, I was like, oh, you ever been to the Walmart in Kettering? Heard it's pretty big, easy to get lost. And that brought everyone like back in, and I was like, oh, thank God.
I think a similar thing happened with my my autoerotic asphyxiation joke was I think I already told this on the other podcast, but when I was like, has anyone ever heard of autoerotic asphyxiation? The lady in the front row was like, yeah, that's how my brother died. And I was just struggling to get through it. And
yeah, but now it's part of your bit.
Yeah, it's part of the bit. It was good, but for like 60 seconds there, I was like, I want to fucking die. Because, like, nobody showed up to that show. There was like 3 or 4 people who stayed for the show, and then there were those ladies who were up front and like packing up their bag as I'm leaving. So I ask a crowd of nobody if they've heard of this thing, and then the person who's leaving the room makes it so fucking awkward before leaving, and I'm opening up the room, and I'm like, this is just it was so bad. I'm gonna have so many of those in my future comedy career.
I had a bit about, when we were tearing down the Confederate statues and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I did a bit about like how we're finally tearing down the Confederate statues. Isn't it crazy? All it took was a little white power, because it was like once white people got involved, then they're like, oh yeah, we'll take them down.
Yeah.
And so I did that bit here actually in Indy before I lived here.
Yikes.
And everyone was just like, what? And then a guy came up to me after the show. He's like, white power, huh? You really think that's funny? And I'm like, it's a fucking joke. I was anti-white power. It was, it's called irony, but whatever.
Oh, Indiana's not good on that, unfortunately.
They just heard the buzzword, and they're like...
irony, sarcasm, all those things. Like, they detect a note of sarcasm in your voice, and they're like, what do you think, you're better than me? You didn't understand hypothetical thinking, bro?
No, I'm saying that it took white people to care for them to do that. They weren't going to do it.
No, it's 100... I mean, it's kind of accurate.
Now I got to explain.
You're just commenting on how the dominant ethnic group has all the power in changing society. That's perfectly fine. I think it's very upscale joke.
Well, people hear that word and they don't like it.
Well, yeah.
It happens.
Let's see. That kind of wraps up all my questions. I guess, except for this final question, which is, as my guest, Jeremy Johnston, could you tell the audience why they should come out to the Saturday Showcase February 14th?
Because you can't afford tickets to Nate Bargatze. I just found out he's going to also be here.
Dude, there's so many shows.
February 14th, and I don't even think I'm getting paid enough to afford a ticket to Nate Bargatze.
You are not.
So.
You are not.
I know there's got to be some other poor schlubs that can afford tickets to our show, so come on out.
Yeah.
And I'll roast your loved ones or whatever. I don't know, it's Valentine's Day. I'm not going to roast anybody, but...
Yeah.
Funny enough, the last time I did it, I did a show when I first moved here, and the 6 people came, and they all came to see me, and I didn't even know who they were. They're like, yeah. We're from Ohio, and some comic from Ohio told us to check you out. So I was like, oh, okay. So hopefully those people come back, and I'll have new material. So yeah.
Yeah, we're having the Saturday Showcase at Fountain Square Brewery. Jeremy Johnston here will be headlining. And we have Terry Shepard, we have C.K. Andrew,
And you have KJ.
I wish. KJ's being a little chump about it. He doesn't.
Why?
KJ's KJ. We'll see.
Spill the tea.
But we also got Amy Mashevich and a mystery 4th person on our lineup. I will be hosting the show. Fine. Okay.
What? They're going to come or they're not going to come? This isn't going to change anything. We got 34 views on Kokomo. What kind of numbers do you think this is going to pull?
It's fair. It's fair. I like to be able to cut things out.
Leave all this in. If you cut any of this out, I boycott the show.
Okay, fair enough. But yeah, you should come out February 14th to see the Saturday Showcase. It's great if you're single and you want to have a laugh, or if you're in a couple and you want to, do something different. I mean, you can do dinners and the movies whenever you want, but there's only one Saturday Showcase on February 14th. Maybe try it out.
And February 12th, I'll be roasting Adrian Gomez
That is true.
And there may or may not be ICE agents in attendance of the show, but
that is true. That is definitely something to contemplate, I suppose.
Do you know someone he dated got deported?
Oh, wow. That's a great way to end it.
I know. Like,
anyways, our guest next week, Adrian Gomez.
Is he up next week?
I don't know, but maybe. I don't know. It depends. But no, yeah. Other than that, would you like to plug your podcast at all? I know you're going through like a transition period with it.
Well, I can't. I don't think I can call it George Clooney's Special Needs, so I gotta figure out the name.
You can't, or you're afraid to do it.
I just don't want.
Do it. Everyone.
But it's gonna be about
it's
just gonna be me going through my DVD collection and talking about all the cool special features on movies and stuff.
Okay. Well, then keep an eye out for that. He's really good at it. I'm not so good at the whole podcasting thing, so you'll have a lot more fun watching that once he gets some new material out there.
But then I have to watch a movie every week and all the special features, so that's a lot of prep work.
There's a lot of prep work, but you'll get a lot out of it, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
Especially with your ability to write. I mean, if you're keeping it funny, I think you'll be fine. But yes, this has been the Byrd is the Word podcast for this week.
That's what it's called?
Yes, this is the Byrd is the Word.
There's so many podcasts.
There is so many podcasts. This has been the Byrd is the Word podcast. I am your host, Boden Byrd. This has been our lovely guest, Jeremy Johnston.
Hey.
Yeah. He will be headlining for the Saturday Showcase, February 14th. And I will be back here next week, hopefully.
When did they draw that one?
That was 2022.
When was that one drawn?
That was 2024. Like almost 2025.
That's crazy. Why are you fatter in the old one? Because you definitely didn't get skinnier.
No, that was just drawn by a pretty girl who was trying to flirt with me. That one was drawn by a guy who was trying to win in a roast battle. So.
Yeah, but you're skinny in that one.
In which one?
The new one.
Oh, no, my face is just different shaped. I mean, that's fatter, but it's like more masculine.
Yeah, but we'll get to the bottom of this on the next episode.
Yes. Yeah. Fuck you, Jeremy. Anyways, I will be back here next week. If you guys want to subscribe, leave a comment. I will get back to you for sure. If you want to share this with somebody who appreciates this kind of quote-unquote humor, as we've displayed in this episode, share it to them. And, yeah, that's all. Thank you very much. See ya.